just as Pooh remembered it too and was going to say, "All right, acorns." "Honey," said Piglet to himself in a thoughtful way, as if it were now settled. "I'll dig the pit while you go and get the honey." "Oh, very well," said Pooh as he stumped off. As soon as he got home, he went to the larder, and he stood on a chair and took down a very large jar of honey from the top shelf. It had honey written on it, but just to make sure, he took the paper cover off and looked at it. It looked just like honey. "Oh, but you never can tell," said Pooh. "I remember my uncle saying once that he had seen cheese just this color." So he put his tongue in and took a large lick. "Oh, yes," he said, "it is. No doubt about that. And honey, I should say, right down to the bottom of the jar. Unless, of course," he said, "somebody put cheese in at the bottom, just for a joke. Perhaps I'd better go a little further, just in case. In case heffalumps don't like cheese, same as me. Ah." And he gave a deep sigh. "I was right. It is honey right the way down." Having made certain of this, he took the jar back to Piglet, and Piglet looked up from the bottom of his very deep pit and said, "Got it?" And Pooh said, "Yes, but it isn't quite a full jar." And he threw it down to Piglet, and Piglet said, "No, it isn't. Is this all you got left?" And Pooh said, "Yes," because it was. So Piglet put the jar at the bottom of the pit and climbed out, and they went off home together. "Well, good night, Pooh," said Piglet, when they had got to Pooh's house. "And we meet at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning by the pine trees and see how many heffalumps we've got in our trap." 6 o'clock, Piglet. And have you got any string?" "No. Why do you want string?" "Oh, to lead them home with." "Oh, I think heffalumps come if you whistle." "Oh, some do and some don't. You never can tell with heffalumps. Well, good night." "Good night."